Greetings, dear friends. Welcome to Wilderness Cooking. Another day, another journey into the life of an Azerbaijani village. I'm on a ride today, heading to a special place where we're going to set the beginning for this beautiful episode. This place is my little sanctuary where I once met my Mickey. Coming to this place means a lot to me as it brings me back to the days when I first decided to adopt a goat. In old Azerbaijani tales, goats are seen as symbols of vitality and resilience. They climb cliffs, endure storms, and yet they still nuzzle you for affection. What better creature to honor with a home?
Şey akıl vakti sizi daha kardeş. Ne güzel çıkarılıyor.
Ja. Wallah zazışlardan. Wah. Mekke bandetti da, Mekke bandet. Mekke bandetti Mekke.
You can learn a lot from a goat, like how to be content with small things, a warm space, good food, a few friends who scratch behind your ears now and then. Life goals, honestly.
Yaptan dilleri nasıl anlıyorlar? Katkanıyorlar. Katıyorlar. Ne kadar
We're building something humble but heartfelt today, a little dome-shaped shelter for my dearest four-legged friend. It's not just a shed. It's a sign of care, tradition, and the spirit of village life. And follow us on Instagram if you want to stay up to date. The neighbors came without asking. A whistle down the valley, a few knocks on wood, and before I knew it, hands were mixing clay, laughter was echoing off the trees, and my goat, well, she was already inspecting the foundation like a tiny architect in hooves. There's a beautiful simplicity in the way things happen here. No schedules, no emails, just instinct, goodwill, and the unspoken promise that we're stronger when we work with each other, not around each other. When I was a child, my grandfather said, "Treat your animals as you treat your guests and they'll never fail you." Today, I remembered those words as I stood before a bundle of hay, a few bricks of clay, and the gentle bleating of my goat, who by all accounts deserved a palace. Click subscribe if you haven't already, not for me, but for the next story waiting to be told. Out here, every pot, every path, every plate has something to share. We've been herding sheep in these lands since before there were borders. Across the steppe, from the mountains of Ganja to the Caspian shores, you'll find flocks moving like slow rivers of wool and wisdom. It's a craft passed from father to son, mother to daughter. Not just how to feed them, but how to speak to them. A whistle for the sheepdog, a hum for the ewe, a soft curse for the stubborn goat. The bond between shepherd and sheep is ancient. There's trust there, a silent agreement. I truly think that I'm a very lucky person for having such good friends. They join me in every wild idea I come up with. We cover the dome with soil, earth on top of hay and clay. Why soil, you ask? Because in our tradition, soil is more than dirt. It's insulation, it's protection, it's life. It breathes in winter and cools in summer. Nature's own air conditioner. The soil under our nails might wash off, but the feeling of doing something good, something real, that sticks with you longer than any city skyline ever could. While the walls of the shed rose slowly like a prayer made of straw and sun-dried earth, I'm doing what I know best, preparing dinner. And also, if you're wondering where to get top-tier knives, let me advise the best online shop. Check out Wilderness Online Shop and fill your kitchen with some handy tools, from wooden cutting boards to wooden bowls. Simply scan the QR code. The lamb I chose today came from a nearby village, raised with respect, never rushed, never wronged. In Azerbaijan, we don't just raise livestock, we raise them up like kin. First, the meat goes into the pot with nothing but a little salt, garlic, and thyme. You must let it boil gently. Some onions to infuse the lamb meat with rich and sweet umami flavors. Of course, I've made some time for tea break. No excuses when it comes to tea.
Yavaş da. Yavaş mı ha yavaş?
Mickey, you can't even imagine what a fancy shed you will soon have. Lucky goat.
Yavaş mı?
Your friends will be very jealous of you.
Zırhıl neydi? Kıdeye zaten. Haydi.
Most people think cooking starts with fire, but really it starts with intention. Even before you light the flame, your hands already know what kind of meal this will be. For me, cooking is more about intuition. The more experienced you get, the more intuitive your cooking becomes. And it feels as if you're cooking with your heart, with inner knowledge. Knowledge that you can only get through practice and experience. Today's dinner is an absolute rustic wonder. I've gathered fresh vegetables straight from the garden, still carrying the scent of soil and sun, and turned them into a vibrant, earthy side dish, simple, honest, and full of life. And over here, let's not forget the heart of the meal. Meat, gently boiling, slow cooked with care. The aroma rising from the pot wraps around the whole camp like a quiet promise. Tonight's meal will be worth the wait. Here peace doesn't hide beneath noise. It rises with the mist in the morning and settles in the trees at dusk. Time is slower, not because there is less to do, but because the land itself insists you listen. You wake with the sun, not the alarm. No pretense, no plating tricks, just real food, pulled from the soil, still dusted with the story of where it came from. A crooked carrot, a bruised tomato, a handful of wild greens. They don't need to be perfect to taste right.
Ama kuma. Erte, laştı bunu. Ne be sakın. Bakın abi. Baba. Abi ki feneye gördüm ya. İzmir. Sadam ya.
The sun sets slowly, pouring its last light across the trees like melted gold. Soon we'll gather around the table, or maybe just sit by the fire with bowls in our hands, sharing warmth and quiet smiles. Dinner is nearly ready. My friends are already sitting on the grass. They worked hard today, hands in the soil, sweat on their brows, laughter between tasks, the kind of work that leaves your body aching in the best way, and your spirit somehow lighter.
Allah bismillah ya. Bak kanka. Fazla kilo kadadına. Super. Soğutma dedik yani bir şey. Hiç söz kayma açıyoruz. Niye kasabeti?
We eat with our hands, we laugh with our mouths full. And as the stars begin to wake above us, I realize this is the kind of dinner that stays with you long after the plates are empty. Thanks for watching, my friends. Until next time.
Yavaş yavaş. Hadi.
Kanalımıza dəstək olmaq istəyirsinizsə, onlayn mağazamızdan xüsusi bıçaq və ya taxta qablarımızı əldə edə bilərsiniz. Mağazanın linki videonun altındakı təsvirdə var. Super!